High Definition, brought to you by Fort Wayne Toyota, Southwest in the 1469 Auto Mall.
We continue to track the snowfall this morning and update you on road conditions.
And there is other news this morning. A man is hospitalized in serious condition after being shot on Fort Wayne's south side overnight.
Plus, Governor Mike Pence of Indiana joins forces with other Midwestern governors to try and solve the propane shortage problem that continues to plague the area.
Lots to talk about on this Wednesday morning, and good morning to you. I'm Eric Olson.
I'm Linda Jackson. Chris Daniels is here checking on that all-important forecast. The snow is still falling outdoors.
It is, and we're getting some pretty moderate to heavy snow right now through a good portion of the area, and that is pushing up those snowfall totals this morning as we maintain that winter storm warning going until at least 4 o'clock this afternoon. Here's what we've seen so far with our Pinpoint Viper snow machine. You can see down towards the south and to the east, as we thought it might occur, the heaviest snow down toward Bluffton, where 8 inches has fallen in the southeast counties, 6 inches over southern Allen County, and then a band of 4-inch snow just to the north of there, running from around Defiance County on over to Warsaw. The least amounts have been off towards the north and to the west. Snowy conditions out there now. We can see the very heavy snow had been falling during the overnight hours along Coliseum, and we'll continue to see that for at least the next couple of hours before this snow weakens. I would not be surprised to see another 1 to 2 inches during the next few hours. That would push some snow totals up to the 9 to 10 inch range. So this is a pretty significant storm as it continues to move off to the east. We'll be talking about another one possible on Sunday.
We've seen almost whiteout conditions out there this morning.
This morning has been pretty blustery.
And the drifting is going to be a problem, especially in the rural areas all day long today into the early nighttime hours as those winds staying at around 15 to 20 miles an hour.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Talk to you again in a little bit. Well, if you are heading out on the road this morning, take note that Grant County is under a travel warning this morning. Only emergency personnel allowed on the roads in Grant County. Whitley, Huntington, Kosciuszko, Adams, and Wabash counties all under travel watches. That means that only essential travel will be allowed on the roads there. But people going to and from work and emergency personnel are considered essential. Meanwhile, Wells, Blackford, LaGrange, and Steuben are all under advisories this morning. Adams County, by the way, has just issued a travel warning. Again, no one allowed on the roads in Adams County except emergency personnel.
Now, with this latest taste of winter weather, you can expect plenty of business delays. Schools all over are closed. Keep up with those anytime you wish by looking at the bottom of your screen, of course, or you can always head to our website, incnow.tv. Click on the closings tab there up at the top right. Also, sign up for Textcaster alerts and customize them while you're there. It's a great thing to do. As the snow falls this morning, it continues. We're popping in and out of the indoors where it's warm to the outdoors where it's not frigid.
No, it's not.
Like the last time. We're not dealing with the polar vortex.
Just snowy and blowing.
Yeah.
That's right. Rochelle Spence and Jeff Bowman are outside checking out the conditions. They join us live now. How are you doing this morning, Rochelle?
We're good. I've been out here for about an hour and a half, and the snow has just steadily been coming down the entire time. Now, just to give you an idea, when you first checked in with us back here in this lot, we had a plow driver. He had completely cleared the entire lot. You could see pavement. Now, just an hour later, once again, completely covered in snow. And that's what these drivers are going to have to deal with all morning. If you take a look out at these roads, I mean, it is just white out here. Definitely scary driving. If you can stay in bed, if you can stay at home tonight, I definitely would.
You know, Allen County is not under a warning, so that does mean, as you mentioned, Rochelle, people are getting out and they're heading to work. Are you seeing them behaving pretty well there on the roads, though? Are they slowing down, doing what they need to do?
You know, I have to be honest and say it is getting worse. When we first got out here this morning, the roads were pretty clear. I didn't have much trouble getting in this morning, but now as this blowing and drifting picks up, I mean, people are really slowing down, and, you know, just travel safe and travel slow because it is getting progressively worse, it seems like.
All right. Thank you, Rochelle. We'll check in with you again fairly soon.
Also new overnight, some other news to tell. A man is seriously hurt in a shooting on the city's south side. That happened at the Willow Creek Crossing Apartments in the 7200 block of Lake Ridge Drive in Fort Wayne. Police say they were dispatched to that location around 1:10 this morning. That's when they say they found the victim inside an apartment, at least one gunshot wound. Paramedics took the victim to a nearby hospital for treatment. No arrests have been made yet in this case.
Fort Wayne fire crews battled a house fire on the city's southeast side overnight. It happened just after 1 o'clock this morning. Firefighters called to the 20,000 block of McKinney Avenue on reports of a structure fire. They were able to bring that blaze under control in less than 20 minutes. Investigators say the homeowner suffered minor injuries and 2 cats were killed in the blaze. Cause of that fire still under investigation.
Indiana Governor Mike Pence is among a group of Midwest governors calling on President Obama to address the region's propane shortage. That letter calls on the entire administration to take any possible steps to increase propane supplies through any means of transport. Last week, Pence took action to provide assistance to Hoosiers facing the propane shortage, the impact of which has been compounded by recent extreme winter weather. That is a big, big deal if you heat your house with
Serious
propane.
for folks out in the countryside.
Just terrible.
Yeah. All right, Chris Daniels is in next with an update on the weather situation, and we'll go live again outdoors to see how things are going.
And joining Chris, Chief Meteorologist Curtis Smith, pulling an all-nighter here at the station. We've got our weather team in place. We'll be back for you in just a moment.
High Definition brought to you by Fort Wayne Toyota Southwest in the 1469 Auto Mall.
Police investigate a deadly shooting overnight at an Elkhart supermarket that left 3 people dead, including the suspect.
Public employees plan on picketing in front of the State House in Indianapolis. We'll tell you why.
And Washington Elementary is honored with a distinction reserved for only 2 schools in the entire state of Indiana. We'll tell you what that is. And good morning to you on this Thursday. I'm Eric Olson.
I'm Linda Jackson. Jason Myers in for Chris this morning again, and taking a look at our weather forecast, and it's definitely winter-like. Well, new overnight tragedy striking an Elkhart supermarket as a suspect opens fire inside. 3 people are dead this morning, including that suspected gunman. Elkhart police officers reportedly gunned the suspect down. Police were called to the Martin's supermarket in the 3900 block of East Bristol Street late last night on reports of a shooting inside. Investigators say officers entered the store, heard a gunshot, saw the suspect. They exchanged gunfire, and the suspect, described as a white male in his 20s, was shot to death. A female employee and a female shopper were found dead inside the store. Elkhart police have handed the investigation over to the state police because they were involved in the suspect's death. The Fort Wayne South Bend Diocese is busy today investigating after allegations surfaced that a local priest sexually abused a minor decades ago. Father James Sekuloff has already resigned and retired. Diocese officials say there is strong evidence against him. Father Sekuloff has been in the clergy for more than 50 years. He served at St. John the Baptist Catholic Church in New Haven for several years and served many other Fort Wayne parishes before heading to St. Patrick Catholic Church in Walkerton, Indiana in August of last year. 42-year-old Robert Boyko and 40-year-old Marion Clark will have their initial court hearings today. The couple facing multiple charges of child neglect after police found their 7 children shivering inside a van outside a Fort Wayne hotel last week. 2 of those children allegedly zip-tied to their seats. Investigators say the children were wearing soiled clothing, and conditions inside the van and a hotel room where the group had reportedly been living were unsanitary. The children were put under the care of Child Protective Services. New overnight as well, Fort Wayne firefighters battled a blaze inside the OmniSource building in the 2500 block of Taylor Street. That fire broke out around 12:10 this morning. A smoke alarm was triggered and crews were sent in to investigate. When they arrived, they could see smoke filling the building. Crews had that fire under control within 40 minutes. No one hurt. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. In Kokomo, fire destroyed 6 buses inside the city's central bus garage. Fire crews were called out to the fire late Tuesday afternoon. Cause of that fire also under investigation. The buses are used to transport the elderly and disabled around town. At the State House in Indy, about 100 state workers are planning to protest today over possible changes to the state's pension system. A spokesperson for the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees says the changes would basically give away $40 million to big banks at the expense of nearly 5,000 state retirees. He says they're lobbying state lawmakers to block a plan that would privatize the annuity portion of the system. The Indiana Department of Education has released accountability grades for school corporations, and area districts all passed the test. In our area, Southwest and Northwest Allen County schools received an A, Fort Wayne and East Allen a C, and East Noble a B.
Nearly 180 school corporations in Indiana received an A or B during 2013, and more than 120 were graded C or lower. To see the grades of other school districts, go to incnow.tv, our website, and click on News Links.
Washington Elementary was honored as a prestigious Title I Distinguished School. The Fort Wayne Community School is just one of 2 in the state to receive this honor. Washington was recognized for closing the achievement gap between majority and minority schools and consistently scoring high on state standardized tests. The designation comes with a $25,000 grant from the Indiana Department of Education, and that deserves applause. I think that's fantastic. I have visited that school numerous times over the years. It is a good place.
You can always sense the atmosphere in a good school.